Okay, it's running. Hey guys, how's it going? So, I thought I'd document this. This is what we call Emily in recovery. And it's not a bad thing. It's a nuisance, sure, but it's not a bad thing. Um, I was hospitalized, what, a month and a half ago? Maybe something like that. Either way. And this is the first kind of emotional twist that came at me. And oh, it really was not bad. I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary except the fact that I was having a hard time sleeping last week. No big deal. But I'm talking like 3 or 4 hours, and then I was like, and I'm awake for some unknown reason. Son of a bitch. Excuse me, my eyes itch. And I kept an eye on it. Nothing too thrilling happened. I mean, I kind of mentioned to somebody, I was like, oh, I think I'm like very mildly manic. I should probably keep an eye on that. So I kept my anti-anxiety meds on hand and didn't do anything stupid. I think last weekend, what did I do last weekend? Oh, it was really, 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 really hot here last weekend. So I might have been a little loose with the finances because I really wanted a hotel room for me and the dog, which in hindsight I couldn't really afford, and I'm gonna have to work out a little bit in the budget later. But it was a whopping $50, and trust me, we needed it. So, oops. As for the $30 in Panera, probably not. But I was hungry. So that's the worst of the worst on that particular episode. And then I think it was Monday or Tuesday. I was like, Tammy, I'm going down. She's like, okay, get some B12. I'm like, yeah. And it took me a bit to figure out if I'm supposed to fight it or if I'm supposed to ride it out or a little bit of both. Because it's the first time like I've tracked this or kept an eye on it or tried to keep my brain in stationary mode, whatever. And I kind of asked around a little bit, but not much. I kind of went with my gut instinct, which I did exactly what supposedly everybody says. Don't sleep, don't, be active. Like, no, screw that. Like, not sleeping for 5 days made me really tired. So for the 4th of July, I slept, I think, like 8 hours in the middle of the day. And at the same time, I went out that night with my girls, and we had a great old time. We took Ava and tried to make her go swimming. So it's not like I was in that depressive state and I was allowing myself to stay there. Because trust me, it was kind of a bit of like, oh, I have to leave the house to go see the fireworks. But I want to go. But, so I got up and I went. It was fun. Yesterday and today at work has been abysmal with the fact that I cannot stay awake. And I may be PMSing, but usually PMS exhaustion only lasts for a day. Oh, so this is Emily in recovery. I haven't showered in like 4 days. I think I'm going to take a nice long soak tomorrow. My hair is But I did get up. I put mascara on this morning and some lip gloss because I felt like it. So being in recovery isn't entirely a bad thing. And I think the key in, at least this situation, it doesn't mean everything's going to be the same. And I'm kind of enjoying this video diary because I can come back to it. Put it on YouTube. I don't know. I'm going to try and get that done tonight after my, 3-hour nap after work today. Yeah, that's about right. I've got a little bit of energy left in me, so I'm going to try and get some photography stuff done and some uploads done, which isn't pushing it too hard. But no, I'm not dying. I'm not laying on the couch bawling my eyes out. Am I worn out? Oh, yeah, it feels kind of like I ran a couple of marathons and I could drink my weight in water if somebody would let me. Actually, what I really want is a slushie. But that's besides the point. So, all is good. All is fair. The one thing I did want to kind of point at, though, because thankfully I was added to a Facebook bipolar group. Actually, 2 of them. And I'm not the kind of person that jumps right into Facebook groups. I know there's a couple out there and they're really handy. I've had the same, single mama group since right before Christopher was born, and we've all been friends for that'll be 7 years. That group I was always actively involved with, and people don't come and go from there. It's always just us. But mini ramble, apologies. So I was added to a bipolar group this morning, and I dropped out the idea because this weekend my cousins are getting together, and I love my cousins, like in ways I can't even explain. We are all so ridiculously similar, and considering my personality type is not the most common, like imagine putting a whole bunch of really dry-witted, intelligent people into the same room with like board games and, good quips. And let me tell you, like, Cards Against Humanity, the last time we played, got really ugly, really. So I love spending time with my cousins. I don't get to do it very often because a lot of us have kind of branched off. One moved to Texas, one moved to Colorado. I'm over here and, contemplating coming and going. And, we finally are all popping out kids. There's, grandchild number 8 coming? But I digress. So this weekend, one of them is in from out of state, and we've been planning, having like a whole day of just us cousins. Well, the cousins are planning to be together. The adults around us are like added bonus. But we exclusively have been like, okay, who's got this? Okay, where are we gonna go? Okay, let's, did somebody ask grandma? Yeah, okay. And yesterday, first of all, I've been fighting the bank because my debit card got eaten by an ATM, and getting it replaced should take 1 to 2 days. We're now on day 9 or 10 with no debit card. I'm walking Murphy's Law. And last night, I'm like, well, shit, I could spend the next 3 hours trying to figure out how to get money to me, except for, the chips and the debit cards make it hard these days, and Western Union loves to tack on like $25 in fees, and, the stuff that would get transferred to me would still go to my bank account, which you get my drift. And my mom trying, and, massive props to her. And the more I was trying to figure out, the more my body was just like, no. Well, that blows. Like, I miss my kid. I want to see my cousins. But at the same time, like, by the time I went to bed last night, I was like, you know what? I hate missing out, but I'm still in recovery. Like, I can feel it. If I had driven tonight, I would have been a wreck. Tomorrow, I probably would have been anxious as all get out for no apparent reason, besides the fact that there's a lot of people around me, even though I know them and love them. I would have been irritable. I would have been crabby. I would have been snippish because I'm not quite ready to face the world. Well, I'm not quite ready to put my full energy into the rest of the world right now. I could still face the world. Like, if I had money, I'd be getting a slushie right now. I really want a slushie. Things like that aren't a problem, but like having to put myself out there and exert energy with like just the exerting energy with other populace required socialization, when in reality, like once the decision was made, I'm like, it was probably an even better idea turning off all electronics for the entire weekend. And after like 15 minutes, I'm like, oh my God, does that sound amazing? Now keep in mind, Ben is currently on a plane to Hawaii. And I know he'll try to get a hold of me, but I'm pretty sure I won't be hearing from him for like the next 30 days. Tammy's got her own stuff going on. My mom's got Christopher. Everybody's kind of doing their own thing. And I'm like, I just need to turn it off. I don't want to be attached to my phone. I don't want to use the TV as an excuse. Like, I need to detach from everything. And, that so far is kind of working. I sent 2 text messages to Tammy because she had kind of a rough day. And now my big lofty goal is to go get a bunch of work done. So there's no real specific point to this one, but I thought I'd document / get it out there. Because my mom, she fought me tooth and nail yesterday and kind of referenced me being a bad mom because Christopher's been looking forward to seeing me, which hurt quite a bit. Although I did, and actually it's for the better, I said I'd come up next weekend and I would actually physically take him somewhere and have just him and I time, and I think he needs that as well. And I think he got a little bit more excited that like we could go just him and I to the beach or wherever. We're still coming up with plans. But she initially was like, "You're just avoiding it. You don't want to be here. You should be putting forth more effort. You can tell your son that you're not going to be here, blah, blah, blah," and just like laid into me. And anybody who knows me knows that my son is like the greatest kid in the entire planet. Like, I love spending time with him when he doesn't drive me up the wall. He's at that age where he's super hilarious, super sweet, has the personality that I would exactly ask for from him. But he's still stubborn and a little sensitive. Drives me up the wall. So my mom pushed really hard for like the guilt trip for me having to be up there for this family gathering. Again, I'm not going to make it, but it is what it is. And about this afternoon, I think I sent her something really stupid. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I called Christopher to run some ideas by him because I was thinking about taking him to the Lego store. And she texted back and she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, I can't remember the last time my mom asked me that. Yeah, I'm fine. Why? I'm just kind of in recovery mode. She's like, "Well, the key word here is recovery." I'm like, yeah, I had a episode. It wasn't terrible, but it was enough. I'll be fine. I'm gonna check out this weekend and I'm gonna do my own thing. Don't let too much. And she's like, "Well, what exactly does that entail?" I know this isn't the words verbatim, but I said, "You know what it is? No stress, no anxiety, no drama. Like, not having to put my life in second place to anybody else's." I know that sounds selfish, but it is what it is. Like making sure I take my showers and I get something to eat. Again, that's like not the major fallout right now. I'm not that bad. But basically, like, make me a priority. Relax. Make sure I'm not strung out. The more I stress out, the worse it's going to get. The more I overthink things, the worse it's going to get. The more I allow myself to get all sorts of riled up about pretty much anything, the worse it's going to get. And the same goes the other way around. I mean, I could be wallowing in my own despair right now, and I'm kind of curious why I'm not. But, like, I had a little bit of a funk earlier where I was like, oh, a little woe is me. Just a little. And kind of kicked myself out of that. Like, I was aware. I was like, oh, well, I'm kind of irritable right now, and I'm kind of crabby, and I'm kind of like, what's the word? Insecure. Probably could have verbalized that a little bit better. But it came and it went. Again, I didn't overthink it. I didn't go after it. I didn't, keep it running through my head. Instead, I took some anti-anxieties. I tried to read a book, which I haven't done in a while. And I snuggled with the dog. And basically, I've just been enjoying the fact that I am just going, whew. And I look like this. I'm comfy. I'm happy. I got good work done today, kind of. I talked to Christopher. I got a decent nap in. I've got work that I can do that I enjoy. And I've been making fun of the dog, which is really fun to do. Again, for those who may or may not know me, I own a husky, and she's freaking hilarious. Right now, she dragged the entire, 10-pound container of cat food into her doggy cave area and is currently guarding it. very seriously. Anyway, okay, so point being, episodes happen. I survived like unscathed. I just have to deal with the little bit of money that I probably should have held on to. And I really wish my debit card was here. Plus, now I'm hungry. It's one other thing I noted. Just when I'm in a funk, I have cravings. Like, the best cravings. Poor Tammy. I texted her the other day. I'm like, I'm craving the stupidest stuff. I want a Red Robin hamburger, and I want grapes, and I need chocolate. And the list was like 15 items long. Who knows? So yes, I'm unscathed. I'm still a little bit exhausted, and I'm kind of putting my pieces back together. I'm still a little raw, still a little sensitive. But as you can see, I survived! I'm good! There's light at the end of the tunnel! And there's also, the nightmares. Oh, don't get me started on the nightmares. Okay, so short and sweet. I'm going to try and upload these videos like right now. I have my phone here all hooked up and ready to go. I've got wedding pictures all pulled up and ready to go. And I should really get some more water. That's about it. So time to go live, I guess, is now with whatever I've got. Scary moment for me, throwing my whole personality out on YouTube. So any questions, comments, concerns, shoot me a message. I think that's all I got. I feel like there's more, but if there is, I'll just record another video. Okay, thanks much. Bye.